Primo ato adishima mama mo bibiara hanama mama kwaba kese e aba Ashanti Prime TV so emra so sense mama nsa aka e wo man Ghana ne ama hodo so ne edika editio semufo aso ne sunu akuchi e de agukrata so e de ama mo ne mede ba besom mu o KASE3BO kwan so ensem awie mede ba besom mo no edo so bebre ne di makoti ne bini e oso afo hwensa ase ne oba age ne paso yunmunyamfo Emmanuel amakofibua e de nsem bi ato abontene Sounds na emra shebedwani edimadro me kwabenya abato mpesu aso yunmunyamfo Faustina ekrugu akasa ensimre ne nsima odi opie economy de ba besom mu e wo KASE3BO kwan so me amaje peni de awia KASE3BO ba besom mu so hia me abonten a edi amaje so ane miss nafsa timi twa me ho aba KASE3BO ni chemu ensomo enjada ene ye good board mpanimfo ye onumunyamfo samijemfi edan no fa do ye kwan so ekopie mu waso ye omohwe oman se ase ne obade ne paso ekoma woni ema ne akade beboa amagalamse no otumi atu ase de afro man Ghana mu hasei na bra ado ye dwumadi ekoso wie ye ne no so afo hwensa ase ene obade ne paso ye onumunyamfo Emmanuel amakofibua ekasa de to abonten se obeda ye onumunyamfo samijemfi ase se omode akade se yabase omfamboa ne ntu galamse ase ono nso hye oman Ghana na afin so aso ye hwensa ase ne obade ne panyina so bose enkosi se afi nko na wieye anase enkosi se ndisi amanyoku na mamu bebe wieye no na galamse ni watu ase de for oman Ghana.
Fight against illegal mining is very determined and committed. But let us be clear. We are a coordinating ministry to ensure this happens. And that's exactly what we are doing today. We are working with the Attorney General to make sure that when arrests are made, that they are prosecuted, that we push all the way to the end. We are working with the Ministry of Transport. Ladies and gentlemen, for the 8 years period, the issue of tracking of excavators that come to the country was basically not non-existent. Today, we are very proud that we are tracking it, working closely with the Ministry of Transport, and making sure that before it leaves the port, we track and geofence it. So if you say you are going to Obuasi, we track you to Obuasi and you geofence it in the Omani area. So far, we came and we had not even tracked more than 50 excavators. Today, we have tracked more than almost 800 excavators in our system. And we are pushing to make sure that every excavator in this country is already in the system that will be tracked and geofenced. We are working closely with the Ministry of Local Government, working with the district MMDCs to make sure they take responsibility at their district. This is very, very critical in going forward. And we are going to continue this collaboration. But as I stated, this ceremony is very, very important. I think if anybody has any doubt that the gold board is only focused on the buying of gold, I think today is their commitment here is really indeed letting the world know that the gold board is not only interested in that aspect, but they are also interested in the sustainable mining and responsible mining. The good news is that we are working with them as well to make sure that the new initiative of cooperative mining, the ComsDev that we launched, that we are partners in it. And we've already taken steps, and I'm sure we'll be coming here again to talk about the steps we are making on ComsDev to make sure that we can organize Ghanaians better. The NDC government is not against mining, and let me be very clear. The president believes that we have been endowed with these resources, but we cannot just because we've been endowed kill ourselves in the process of getting the gold. And so anybody who is committed to mining responsibly, we have the mandate and the authority of the president to support them, to train them on the right way of mining. And in the coming weeks, you will see that we'll be launching a lot of that.
Adia galamse say omayin sa say any ensuwa eno na anam so amampani for moda Ghana galamsey coalition ano akasa edi ato abonten se wo mu se Ghana nyina ya ade a galamsey ese yensase eni yensuwa nsu be pie mu e wa asante mantemu dia galamsey no ya ade ase yensase ni yie pa se ye cheke eye manten bia mu dia na asante mantemu ni yensase ni yensuwa asey pa into osre ya asante mantemu so afo na afenso ya hye yo mo hwensase ni obo ade ni paso so mu nyina emwa na galamsey yintu ase.
As farmers, the effect of illegal mining on us has been quite catastrophic. I just have some data from just 3 districts in the Ashanti region. So far, we have over 960 farmers who have their crops destroyed by illegal mining. We are talking about more than 518 acres of farmlands that have been destroyed. And these are several crops ranging from cocoa to plantain to vegetables. And this just represents just 3 districts. And I can tell you that these statistics also extends to a lot of districts across the country where they are hotspots for illegal mining. And aside the destruction of the land, we also have a lot of places where the water bodies that our farmers use for irrigation has totally been polluted to the extent that they are unable to use them. If you go to a place like Shama in the western region, we have a couple of rice farmers who are into irrigation, and they use an irrigation facility. If you go there now, the water is heavily polluted that the farmers cannot use them. So once irrigation farmers, they are now doing one season farming, which is quite unfortunate. If you also listen to a lot of farmers now, getting access to labor has been a challenge because the young people now prefer to go to the mine or to the pits other than coming to help in the farm. In fact, for us, we thought that difficulty in labor was due to the free SHS. Little did we know that it's more about galamsey than education. I think some months ago, one media house also did a report about the level of chemicals in the food that we consume in areas that are prone to galamsey. And the report shows that there are incidents of food in some of these areas that galamsey is happening. So for us, with all due respect, I don't know how much worse does the government want to see or witness before they declare state of emergency. How many more farmers should lose their farms to galamsey? How many more of our water bodies should be polluted? How many more of our youth should be going into galamsey other than other productive activities? How many more of our food should be contaminated before we say that we've reached a stage where we need to declare state of emergency? So with all due respect, I think that the president should please review that thought, because we feel that we are in a state where if nothing is done, as we always say, the galamsey threat is a threat to our food security, and the threat is real. And if you are not careful, a lot of the foods that we consume and produce here locally will have to import them. And I'm not sure you want to get there. In conclusion, I recall about 3 months ago, the president...
Be na kakra ni na rehosema enya agrosi ye ewo mangane mu hasei eye Apostle Dr. Kwadwo Safo Kantanka ebeto abontene se wato ananum ewo nsiedu eno na anam so ame ene mrahye bejani ede madome kwabenya abato mpesua so eye onimonyamfo Faustina ekrugu ede nani monyima kwa akopie eye abusua akache kwa akokyekyere won re na kwa akomomo ya akone ho eno okasa de ato abontene so besre se ni nua eye Adwo Asafo ni abusua kanyina ehu se eyi ono Faustina akrugu enso aka abusua ne ho nti se kobase wo ye ntutuye bia e de apɛ eye papa echi okra bra won hwe no manaso ntibi.
He was a father to me. You know, I lost my dad during the 2020 election, and then I had an encounter with him last year, December. when he was having his expo at the another constituency, and I hold him as a father, and it's a great loss to all of us. Listening to people, following him, he's done a lot for people individually, providing food, shelter, educating people. I must say the good people of Domio Kwabenya and the entire nation and Africa will miss him. He played a role in the agricultural sector because of his equipment that he used to, he brought up to meet the agricultural sector. So he'll be greatly missed. I attended his expo the first time ever, and I saw the talent and that he has. And I think the agri sector would miss him dearly. I pray that all those who learned under his feet will carry on the legacy he's left behind.
How do you want his legacy to be carried on to the next generation?
Of course, whatever he has, whatever legacy he has built over the years, we would have to, take it up as a nation, especially the school that he has where he teaches these children, and then we'll be able to see how best the government of Ghana would collaborate with them, and then even get more people on board to be able to impact that knowledge is left behind into the young ones or the youth within the country.
What last words do you have for the family?
Yes, what has happened not to only them. We are also part of the family. We say it's a great loss to all of us. Just as I told, I whispered in my sister's ear, the former MP, that I should be left out of the planning.
Medafo passe mekoso akenkan KASE3BO no edi amama ne bekoso agina mu e wo galamse ho nsensema asama ne homne so e wo man garden ha sei eno na anam so amon munyamfo eye ken ashibe enso akasa ede na de hwede ato Ghana mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enim se obesre sesenye bibia ntimpo a eye mpanimfo a ye mpanimfo nwotwe a wo hwe won kwa esan galamse ho nti won hwe titiriw ene defense minister eyon munyamfo manebo ama onhwe omuwu awuwu ye na woma eno ho agensa kira mra na galamse yi ontumi entu asiemaye
by some judges is an illegality. And so we urge His Excellency to, as a matter of fact, and in honor of the 8 that had died, all of these things that we've asked, in honor of the 8 that have died, in honor of everybody who's died in a pit, in honor of everybody's kidney, we pray that His Excellency will grant us that. We will not accept a future where we cannot afford water because our leaders lack the courage to stop those destroying them. So we agree with Dr. Cadman Mills that we would not trade our kidneys, our health, our lives for any other benefit. For what would they perish a human being if he gains all the gold in Ghana, including that in South Africa, and loses his life? What would that benefit be? So we agree with Dr. Cadman, and I'm praying that His Excellency would listen to him, will listen to the likes of Dr. Toniedu, who also talks about measures that we need to be able to deal with. We'll listen to the likes of the CEO for EPA. All of these people are people within the government. And again, I will pray that His Excellency will listen to the voice of the Minister for Defense who has died. That when he sleeps, and he sleep, Omani, please speak to His Excellency, so that His Excellency will take the actions that are necessary to ensure.
Be America krani ene beto abontini se okopiem e wo bono mantema eye NPP ameneku no dwam trenia ohonom eye onimunyamfo abronye DC policefo ensan ekana na otwe aban kukum no nguso ye nhwehwemu afa ne nsema na ekoso omangane masene nei aba beto abontin se eye court grant na ye 50,000 bail na ni nyina ne se ne lawyer eplidie se ya de ane ho emfa na ya abronye DC na ho mfa no kwento best mpanimfo so wonhwe no bail ne no ene ma court e man eye 50,000 bail se on fa 50,000 mra na afedie obetumi ade ne ho.
yɛba court ɛbɛ movie bail application ni bi and then my lord ɛti so fɛ bail application yɛ movie yɛ no ame wagye ato ɛna wagranti bail no ama yɛ ɔsi bail no 50,000 Ghana cedis with one surety, no justification. They are not a bail, my lord, the ama the client. He said, I better find the password, you better execute bill, ama my client, I a coffee. The catcher report and they say, if we are done, I buy and be seen there. I mean, the client on the condition I had the assessment. I mean, say last year, no be able to, but as it stands, the BP. I mean, or the health and the deteriorated. Until I had to run back to court. Now, in fact, how I'm at court in the country court, and they say after the last time I buy and your master, any health and
Additional information so I can KASE3BO no ediamamo na GPRTU and afei so mpanimfo hodo aka ayo yechra enya agro won kran abontene so onsem nyina ne se eye bia ya wode wona hyen esie edi wondwuma no omatene mfamim se ya ade aban no aton eye bia ye kro no ediam adwumaku bia enhya aban asinti osra aban se aban hwe na se ye no kra ene ompa bia ye foforo emfamo mo ansa na sebi eduye ni anase amakro no adoso wo manyimu
edi akọ eye omampani aso ye de petition edi kwakoma omampani na emom no de ye no drivers are apply omunyina ye adwuma omom free Cape Coast ba CMB omom free Kumasi ba CMB omom free Bolga na de keka aka unyina no obia de na hyen esi ho ne ye nyina ya machi edi asem edi akoto omampani anim so omampani yesrew bomode anabra na beje yen enye saade a eni ebedu baabi no na Jubilee House anim ho nyina KASE ba be park na ye adwuma ofuchi
Meda for famekos wa kai step prime area prem to break KASE3BO eno oni gusu a wo hwe ye to aso ane aduane kopie mu ewa ma hodo so nsemu eye Lagos state ewo Nigeria ho ena rehosem asi eye awie ya ne nyina ne se eye ade edan eduregu amasisi amene okasai enipa nan atona nanom ewo nsi adu enipa nsia nso egu ayaresa bia woje ayarehwe asisi ana posifo gusu ehwehwe bia ye ho se ebia na dan no ebida sugu nipa ni biso.
Commencing incident saving 6 lives. A 3-story building under construction collapsed last Friday at Borno Street, Alagomeji area, trapping several persons. Respondents are still on ground working to save more people as the number of persons under the rubble cannot be ascertained until it is brought to ground zero. The Permanent Secretary of LASEMA, Femi Osoitolo, says the agency will carry out empirical investigation on the cause of the incident.
I want the good people of Lagos State to remain calm and cool and collected. We are on top of all the challenges. All the buildings that have secondary impacts have been directed to go and do solid material testing because we don't want secondary disaster. We are on top of this. We appeal to good people of Lagos State to always do the needful. If they do the needful, we won't have this kind of problem. So the lacuna is the gap of what the state is putting in place to ensure safety, what the people are doing. I can assure
Nigeria Ondo State. Ehonom ene APC amanyoku ewo ho mpanimfo akasade ato abonten se enkosi se yebeju eya afi 2027 a omode omampanyina abato be hehye so ewo Nigeria mainum die eya de M1 na se support bia yenmunyamfo Ahmed Bola Tinubu Nigeria aban anase Nigeria mampanyini ebehia no omunye na wo honom se obehwe na waboa no.
Stakeholders from the 18 local government areas of Ondo State with a singular focus to strengthen unity within the All Progressives Congress and to consolidate the party structure ahead of the next general election. The elders emphasized the importance of speaking with one voice and working collectively to guarantee a landslide victory for President Tinubu's re-election. Addressing the gathering, chairman of the movement, Nimbe Farouk Komi, said initiative became necessary to position the party for success while forestalling unnecessary distractions. He added that the sensitization effort will soon be taken to the grassroots level with similar meetings planned across local councils to further deepen the party's base before 2027. Other elders who spoke at the event equally echoed the call for cooperation, describing collective action as the only path to secure victory in the coming polls.
A conglomerate of the elders of this party in this state, speaking with one voice. One, to unite the party behind the governor. Two, to unite the party to ensure that there's no type of division.
That we will have only one support group for Tinubu, which is called Ondo State for Tinubu 2027. So every other organization will operate under this support group.
Ondo for Tinubu, the elders movement is out for unity of purpose so that there will be cohesion in the party so that we can deliver the 1 million votes that we are expecting to give to the president.
Can guide the upcoming politicians. And not only that, mobilize vote for Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu come 2027.
We have to unify everybody, especially the creation of the elder.
Shannon Smame say KASE3BO ehwegu e Facebook Live Ashanti Prime TV, YouTube Ashanti Prime TV, and after so TikTok Ashanti Prime TV. Oshana wa like wa comment na wa share e de amaye. En Smame de besomo e wosimedu asantem no na edoso yie. Ne di makoti ni bene. E also for sure say any obade any paso yon munyamfo Emmanuel ama kofibua e kasafa e yegina ya wasi e wakalamsie ho. Sounds na yemra shebejani e de mando mekwabenya abato mpesu aso e yon munyamfo Faustina Akrugu enso ekopie mu ekosra ebusia ade atowonene e apostle Kwadwosafo Kantanka ebusia. Ensemwe ne nsema audio pie kanam de besomo e KASE3BO kwan so. Yeah, me Japan the primary apem to breakfast here besomo. So she am abontin edi abebo no maje oswane. Miss Nafsat makra obibiara.